Hi everybody, and welcome to the next installment of my survival series. I just logged on to my survival world, and we are standing on top of my watchtower. In this video, we're going to go beyond the immediate area of my compound, past that beacon over there, and I'll show you the West Plain. But first, we need to get suited up. If I can get down the... There we go. I'm going to keep this world in peaceful mode for the time being, because I played it a couple days ago in normal mode, and I had a pillage patrol spawn inside my artificial village. And they actually took out 2 of my villagers before I could kill them all. And I don't really want a repeat of that while I'm away from the castle or from the compound for obvious reasons. So I'm going to keep this in peaceful mode. Now, it's kind of funny how sidetracked you can get while talking. I need to take all of my stuff out of this chest. And the reason why I leave my armor and my tools in a chest when I log off is because many months ago my world got corrupted, and I had all of my best stuff in my inventory, and when I recovered my world, all of my stuff was gone. So this is just kind of an insurance policy against that happening again. Alright, so let's get this show on the road. And the sun is going down, but we don't have to worry about monsters because we are in peaceful mode. So back to the West Plain. There were animals roaming around here, but there weren't any cows. And I journeyed over to the West Plain and brought cows back for my farm. And we are now in my tree farm. And you can see some windows over there. That is the back corner of my underground garden. I tried to blend it in as best as I could. I could probably blend it better, but it's alright. This is part of a piston staircase that I used to transport villagers to and from my iron farm. And over here is the West Plain. In truth, I haven't done a lot on the surface of this area, but the underground is all mined out. All the caves have been cleared and mined. All the spawners have been found and claimed. Yes, mining this area has been very profitable. But other than this little area here, just looking around on the surface, you would never know that I was here. So this is kind of a little farming operation. I keep wheat and carrots here to feed the pigs and the cows. And over here is the West Plains outpost. And you can see it has a crude battle trench. And this very tall dirt tower that is visible for a long, long ways. So let's just go inside for now. And it is very Spartan. Just a bed and some carpet. And a well and a workstation. And this is the first fireplace I ever built. It's very basic. It just uses a piece of netherrack and some cobblestone stairs, iron bars, and a cobblestone chimney. Here is a door that we will go through later on, and you'll see where that goes. Through here leads to the battle trench. And this trench works well enough, I guess, but I never really felt that safe in here because of the amount of monsters that would spawn out here at night. Down here is a mineshaft. And this is the first mine that I dug in this game. And you can see some mine shafts of varying lengths. I've actually done a lot of work down here. I've mined a lot of diamonds and gold. And this gate is here because I think there's a cave at the end of this mineshaft. And if there is, and it's not cleared yet, maybe we'll go into survival mode and clear it. Just for kicks. I wouldn't want to be in survival mode for too long, just in case those pillagers decide to return to my village. Well, there doesn't look like there's anything down here. Early on, when I was mining these shafts, I was very paranoid. So I might have just put that gate there for added peace of mind. So, in here is just a small base of operations. And through this gate are just more of the same. Some very long mine shafts. Yeah, look, you can't even see the end of that shaft. I have pulled a lot of loot from this mine. And, the funny thing is, I really don't have to walk on the surface at all if I want to come here. Because my mines beneath the compound are so ginormous that they actually extend into this area. If you recall in my last video where I was in my Gorge mine and I made an abrupt turn because I said I was going too far, well, that particular spot was actually above. It was directly above these shafts, probably 250 blocks further in that direction. So, I wonder what's down here. Please just have some patience with me on this. I haven't been down here in a long time, and I'm just trying to refamiliarize myself with these mine shafts. I want to make sure that you're getting the full tour. I don't want to miss anything. Well, here is an abandoned mine shaft that looks to be completely mined out. Oh, I know where we are now. So, we were actually on the right level after all. Because if we keep running through here, we end up back at the Gorge mine. Yeah, so you can see just how far this mine goes. Now let's see if I can remember which shaft to take. It shouldn't really matter too much. One of these. Now, this entire wall will eventually be mined out. I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. I don't suppose we need to go back through the mine. We can take a different route. Let's go up these stairs. And this is the outpost that I built when I was tackling the chore of mining out this abandoned mineshaft. And for those of you who are familiar with these mineshafts, you know just how extensive they are. From my experience, most of these mine shafts have a kind of a central room like this. It has dirt on the floor and mine shafts going into it from all directions. I've been in some mine shafts that have had as many as 3 of these rooms. But what I tend to do in these abandoned mine shafts after I clear the monsters out is I tend to come back and not only mine all the loot, but I take all the wood, all the fences, and all the wood beams. And there are a lot in these mine shafts. So it really does seem to be a shame to leave them behind. So this just overlooks this ravine. And I call this a stacked ravine because it's actually 2 ravines that generated on top of each other. Up above us, down around the corner, is another ravine that branches out and goes from about there that way. So it's pretty neat being able to stand at the top of that top portion of the ravine and look down, because the bottom floor, the bottom level of this ravine is level 10, and I can stand on level 70 and look straight down. It kind of helped me get over my fear of heights. So up this vine ladder, we end up in another small room, and there's the lower ravine, and the upper ravine starts up there. So here is a railway, or part of the railway that leads back to the compound. And this room here, this was a cave that I cleared. And when I got down to the bottom, I noticed the spider web, which is a dead giveaway that there was an abandoned mine here. And this was where I came into this mineshaft. And down here is a door. And if we run down this mineshaft, you'll see where we end up. Remember this crazy long room? And just through this door is the glass cave mining outpost, directly below my compound. So you can see how these mines kind of tie into each other. So let's just run back and carry on with this tour. This staircase leads up to this long corridor, and at the end of this corridor is the entrance to my underground garden. And this tunnel, actually, before I built the railway, was part of an original series of tunnels that I built in my world. And this particular one was constructed so I could go between the West Plains outpost and my compound at night without being worried about whether I would survive the journey. So, here we are back in the basement of the outpost. And it's nighttime once again. On this side, I have a horse stable, so I could ride a horse to here if I had to. And another small battle station. Up here is a watchtower. It's not very big, but it works. Now over there, you can see it if I hold the screen this way. That is my iron farm. And we're going to head over there right now. So here is a means of getting the boat out of the water. And another piston staircase. So I got the idea for this iron farm from Avomance. And the design is a little outdated, but it still seems to work just fine. I have villagers in 4 pods all the way around a big room full of water. And because of the doors and the villagers, it tricks iron golems into spawning in that room. And they get washed into a hole and dropped into this chamber where water brings them into contact with a lava blade that, well, it sets their heads on fire. And they die right here, and a hopper line collects the iron and the poppies that they drop. So here's just a well. And in here are the hoppers and the chests. I just came here a couple days ago and I emptied all of the iron out of this chest. And there were there were 4 full stacks, and then another stack of I think 38 or 39, and then a bunch of poppies. So it's a pretty easy way to get lots of iron. Down these stairs is the railway tunnel. And we can see on the signs that Fort Rospis, or my main compound, is down that way. And Fort Strong is down this way. And Fort Strong is a pretty singular name because it's a small fort that I built on top of a stronghold. Now, I lucked out when I set about trying to find my stronghold, because main compound. So I built a fort on top of it, and I cleared the stronghold of monsters and located the end portal. I have not gone through the end portal yet. Those are two things that I haven't done. I haven't battled the end dragon, and I also haven't battled the wither. to be quite frank, I actually think I'm more terrified of the Wither than I am of the End Dragon. Because for me, this game was never about... I never really thought about winning this game, or like beating the End Dragon. This game for me was always just about unwinding and having fun and surviving. Now down here is my zombie farm. I have a mine down here as well. Not a very big one. And I've cleared some caves around here. But I found a zombie spawner in here. And the zombies spawn, and this is a glass floor, so although it is very dark in here, nothing can spawn on a glass floor. So it really sets the mood and allows the zombies to spawn. I got this idea from relaxing ASMR using these push-button trapdoors in case I drop into here. Because you can see the zombies, they can't get over this wall. It's like a barricade. So once they're in here, the only place they can go is back. But to be honest, I have yet to see a zombie that retreated. They're always so intent on killing you that they just stand right here and allow you to cut them down. But it's happened before, so if I was to fall into this pit, I just touch the stone button and it activates the trapdoor, and I drop out of harm's way. And this is a hopper line that... And I have an elevator, and it sends the loot right into this chest. So it's very convenient. I don't have any room for flesh in this chest right now, though. So I've diverted the hopper line, and I just have a chest in that room for the time being. I have a lot of supplies in this chest because it's a lot of fun to spend time at this zombie farm, killing zombies for hours on end and getting XP. You can spend, or I can spend an hour or an hour and a half just killing zombies non-stop, and I could get 3 or 4 full stacks of flesh and various other loot and 30 to 40 XP points or enchanting points. Sometimes skeletons like to spawn in this room, and when they do, I go up here and I can snipe them with my bow and arrow from relative safety. Over here is another mine. There's a pretty decent sized ravine, and I've cleared the majority of it out. And I've done some mining in these caves as well. It's kind of a spooky place. Especially when the monsters are turned on. And you know what? I don't know how I could take you to this place without battling a few zombies. So, let's turn the monsters on and show you the zombie farm in action. Now these guys don't stand much of a chance with my fire aspect sword. Well, that was an anticlimax. Come on, boys. Let's go. So that is the zombie farm in a nutshell. I don't have a minecart with me, or I would just put the minecart on the track, which would speed this process along. So this, at the very end of this shaft, it turns to the left, and that is where the door to the West Plains outpost is. So I won't take you all the way down there. While we're here, we might as well just continue west. There are some more outposts along that way that I haven't been to in a long time. So it'll be interesting to see how those are faring. And it looks like we'll be walking in the rain. And we'll keep following this path. So you can see some dirt towers marking where we're going to be heading. And there is a little bit of lag going on, so just like I said, I haven't been here for so long. some food while we're here. Although we don't really need it in peaceful mode. Yeah, these woods are a nightmare to walk through in normal mode. So, we just came from way over there where that tower is. And we are going to head over to where that tower is. So we'll just swim across the channel. And I don't ever recall giving this outpost a name, so just some very basic supplies. Maybe we'll cook this steak. So if we go down here, this boat will take us downstream. And I actually built most of this river. You'll see portions of it where it's very obvious that it was constructed. But like right up here, you can see where I dug through. Looks like we might get into a thunderstorm right away, which I don't really like the thunderstorms too much. Or maybe the sun is set. Yeah, the sun is set. And I have torches that are telling me where I need to go. So here we are at my, I guess it's a swamp outpost. I don't really think this one has a name either. And let's just get some sleep. And we will head straight across this small lake over to where this other tower is. And we'll keep following the path. Looks like a kind of a... no, never mind. I like this sword. I don't have to cook my food because it cooks it for me. Looks like a cave down here though. Oh yeah. I've been here before. I've placed these torches here. But this is as far as I've went. I don't like clearing caves in peaceful mode. I figure it basically amounts to cheating. So I'll save that for another day. And there's another cave. It's quite tempting when you see caves like that. Just get rid of some things that I don't really need, like the lily pads and the original goal, the whole reason why I went west in the first place was because I was trying to find a jungle. And I eventually found a jungle way to the southeast of my compound, and I'll take you there in a future video. So here you can see the results of the corruption of my world. You can see the desert that just appeared basically out of nowhere, and you can see how it's almost like the land was scooped away. Yeah, it's kind of... there's instances of this occurring all over my world. And I've circumnavigated this lake. It's not big. I guess you could call it an ocean. It's not very big. But I found a couple villages that I might visit in the future. There wasn't really anything stand out. So, if I can remember where to go from here, the furthest that I've journeyed in this direction was, yeah, see there's the a beacon tower over there. I found a really nice village over here, and I walled it in. This looks like a ravine of some kind. I don't want to get too close to the edge. Yeah. You need to be very careful where you walk in the desert. And when you see these long depressions, they usually mean very deep ravines. I'm gonna just kind of make a bridge, kind of to look down into this. Yeah, you don't want to fall down there. I don't like to get too close to the edge because the sand can collapse. Yeah, there's the village over there. You can see in the corner of the screen. And to my right, you can see a very large ravine. And I don't know if I've gone down there yet. No, I don't see any evidence of any exploration, but I will be going down there at some point. Yeah, look at that place. Very foreboding. And if I remember correctly, there was another ravine very close by. Yeah. Right over there, I think. So, generally when I run across a village, I wall it in, and I make the walls high enough so that nothing can shoot over the wall. My original worry were skeletons, but with the pillage update and the pillagers with crossbows, these walls at this height, or actually at 3 blocks high, protect very well against pillagers. And I light up the village in such a way that nothing can spawn inside the walls of the village. No zombies or creepers or skeletons. Those rules don't seem to apply to pillagers, however. I believe in easy, they won't spawn anywhere where the light level is 9 or above, but in normal mode they can still spawn inside the walls, no matter how bright it is. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong about that, I would love to be. Because I have my village at my compound that is light level 12 all the way around. But they still seem able to spawn in it. Now I have a house somewhere. Maybe this is all I have here. Yeah, just some basic supplies and a small observation tower. And I guess I've gone on that way. And I know I've explored to the north. And there you can see my torch trail leading back to the pathway, back to the compound. So let's head back down. Trying to think of if there's anything else to show you here. I've done some mining here. Oh yeah, it's all coming back to me now. I remember the last time I was here, I was being chased by a gang of zombies, and I barely made it up that staircase. I think I had 2.5 hearts left. So, I've started clearing this ravine. I only got to, you can see where I got to down there. And there are quite a few caves leading off of this place. Kind of dark in here. Yeah. So this was the way down, I think. Yeah. There's a staircase that I built that takes you down to the bottom of the ravine. And like I said earlier, clearing caves in peaceful mode just isn't as exciting as in normal mode. So, and it also feels kind of like cheating. But yeah. I think I might have a few more small little outposts to the west and to the north of here, but it's not really worth showing you those. So I think in the next video we're going to head back to the compound and maybe take a trip into the Nether, and I'll show you what I have going on in the Nether. So, there isn't enough room in this chest for everything I'm carrying, but there would be if, let's see, knock that out of there, and I'll put a slab up here. I'll get rid of that, and I'll put a chest right there. So I should be able to get all of my stuff into this chest. Maybe not. Take the chicken out. And the steak. Oh, I need to put my helmet in here as well. Get rid of that. Put that there. Coal. Guess I can. Actually, no. This will work. And I'll put the coal in here. And much the same way that we started this video, at the top of an observation tower, it only seems fitting that we end this video on top of an observation tower. So, in the next video, we're going to head back to my compound, and maybe we'll take a trip to the jungle outpost. So, until next time, thanks for watching.